Okay, well, my name is Michaela, and here I am in my room in my flat in Spain. Well, it's really weird, the flat's so quiet, and I can't really film with the TV in the background, as you might see in the corner up there, so I've had to mute it. Well, the main reason why I'm talking to you now is because I have nothing better to do. It's coming to the end of my year now in Spain. I've been here since last August, supposedly studying, but when you don't have to get a grade as such, you just have to assist the exam and they're like, yeah, you're finished. So I don't bother going. So I spent most of the year working, teaching English to lovely Spanish people of all different levels. I've got people, well, I say people, I had little girls who spoke fluently, little boys who knew next to nothing, and no matter how much I repeated something they couldn't remember. I've had adults who try really hard, some that know really well, others always make the same mistakes, but most of them you saw real progress over the few months I used to teach them. As to why I'm bored, it's because they've all decided it's summer holidays now and they no longer need an English teacher. So here I am with, 30 days left. Well, it's now midnight, so that's 29 days left in this flat. I have no work and not much stuff to fill the time with now. I've seen most of Leon, which is where I am now in the north of Spain. There's not much left that I can take pictures of, which is my principal hobby. I pretty much take photos of everything and everyone. I have some friends who hate me for the amount of photos I take of them. I must have doubled, if not tripled, some of my friends' photos on Facebook. Mine, I think I've increased my photos from 600 or so before I came to Spain to 2,200 I think I'm on now. But I don't take pictures of myself, it's when I go out and I have another friend, Anna, who's always takes pictures like I do, so we take pictures of each other, which is a bit more normal. I wouldn't say I sit there in front of the camera going pose, pose, like some people do, which drives me insane. So they're more natural of what we were doing and documenting as well. So I'd say my camera hobby is a documentation of my year here, as I've taken something like 5,000 pictures on my camera, which was pretty much brand new when I came here. I think I'd taken 100 or so photos of my leave and do from work, and that was it. It was just kind of testing the camera. It came out really well. Yeah, sorry, I've got sunburn. I was in La Bierza yesterday, which is this lovely mountainous range just north of here. We did a 12-kilometre route, and I decided that I needed to put some more colour on my skin, so I didn't put any sun cream on. So there's some bits of me which are quite itchy because of kind of a bit dry, I suppose, with the sun exposure. But I am still pretty much white. I haven't put any cream on, and I don't think I have any proper red bits. So, worst of both worlds. No colour, itchiness, but no red bits. Make up of what you think of it, I don't care. It's just one of these things, if I go red then I go white again, or I just put colour on gradually and it just takes so long. Granted, it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago that I decided that I was going to actually bother getting a suntan. I was said beforehand that I was going to use factor 50 for the whole year and just come home as white as I came, which is pretty crazy in a sense, but then again I don't tend to tan that easily. I have not just white skin, my skin is as white as a ghost. You can see through it and see all the veins. I'm pretty sure my dad told me a story about how my mum handed me back to the maternity nurse saying there's something wrong with her because her skin was my skin was so translucent, which is a little bit claim to fame as well. We're on baby stories apparently in the same day. I shocked the nurse. I don't know if it was the same nurse, they haven't told me. Apparently I was looking around the room as if I'd been there before. The way my dad tells it is if I was like up at the side of the cot, but that's a bit silly for a day-year-old, but my dad tells some stories. That'll be another vlog, I think, because we could be here all day on what things that I've, could say, learnt from, heard from, inherited from my dad, which hopefully he's never going to see these because they will be very embarrassing and he will tear them apart like a herd of lions and a pig carcass. Yeah, so while we're here in my room, so it's lovely and purple, I have to have another light here because the light's really bad in here. It's good enough for like low energy, so we don't have to spend so much on the bills, but I would come out looking rather shadowy and you wouldn't be able to see my lovely eyes, which everyone tells me they're really nice. But the thing with my eyes, then you might think they're blue, but I think they're grey, and then if I'm wearing green they also look green, so I have multicoloured eyes. It could be worse. I could have brown eyes, which everybody has, and it's boring. Especially for Spanish people. They're like, oh, you have clear eyes, which is a translation of ojos claros. Which I'll try and limit the amount of Spanish translations / like Spanish things that I keep crowbarring into my videos. But then again, if you like this sort of thing of English people living in different countries, then I could also do a video on that, I suppose, because it's not something that everybody does, like goes to a different country for a year or so and kind of tries to become a native. I've got a lot of friends here who have known me since September or so, and they reminisce and they think, well, hang on, I could barely talk to you when you came, and now we're cracking jokes like as if you're a comedian and we understand you and you make sense. So it can only be a good thing. If you're learning a language, I would 110% recommend that you spend time in the country living as a native and not as a tourist, because as a tourist you will learn nothing, which is what I did the other weekend when I went to Barcelona with my friend from school. Everywhere I went in Barcelona was so touristy. Everywhere I went, I don't know if it's because I had English across my face, but they were all trying to speak English to me, and I either ignored them or spoke to them in Spanish. And then we had this one conversation in this shop where we bought this fan, and then I was looking at this other top, which is in my favourite colour, which is turquoise. And he was like, you like it? Yeah, I'll do a good deal for you, which I'm pretty sure he said in English, and then I started chatting in Spanish. And so we just kept going this way of him going in Spanish and English and myself. He must have thought I was pretty bonkers, but then again, he was as well, from what I could gather. I managed to knock €8 off the price of said top, and then got it home and realised that it wasn't actually what I thought it was. End of the world. At least I got a good €8 off. If I paid the full price, I wouldn't be so nonchalant about it. I don't even know if that's the right word, let me know. I kind of crowbar these lovely lexical words in to make me sound smart, and some people are so thick they don't realise they're in the wrong place. Yeah, so I'd like to give a little shout out while I think about it to Amy Louise Taylor. And yes, it is one word, Amy. She kind of inspired me to attempt blogging, to see if she makes it look so easy. And I thought, well, I've got a pretty good story to tell, and this might be the simplest way to document it. So yeah, thumbs up to you, Amy, I love your videos. Yeah, so I should pretty much bring this to a close now, otherwise this video will be too long for a YouTube video. So I will make another video when I feel like it, and if you like it then you suppose you could subscribe or friend me if you know me personally, and I will see you around.